Into the conversation this morning, Donald Trump's senior communication advisor, Jason Miller, here in the studio. I want to get the Trump campaign's take on this FBI reopening its investigation. The host of Varney and Company, Stuart Varney, will weigh in. You don't want to miss a moment of it, so do stay with us this hour as the spotlight on Clinton's email server is brightened again after Friday's FBI bombshell. Fox Business senior correspondent Charlie Gasparino now with the very latest developments from the newsroom. Charlie, good morning to you.
Thanks for having me, Maria, on this wonderful Monday morning. Listen, the announcement, as you know, last Friday was pretty much unprecedented. And here's the facts that we know, okay? Just what we know. There's a lot of stuff we don't know here. It comes amid a feud inside the FBI from lower-level guys who basically wanted Hillary Clinton indicted in July. James Comey, the director, did not do that. And now he apparently has done a 180. And here's something else we know from law enforcement sources, that Anthony Weiner could start working as an FBI, with the FBI on this probe. Now, we should point out that Weiner's attorney has told Fox Business there is no agreement in stone just yet, but from what we understand, this is clearly on the table as Weiner faces charges relating to sending pictures and illicit messages to an underage woman, and that's where this investigation started. So right now, we should point out there is no agreement with Anthony Weiner, with the FBI, but that is clearly on the table. Law enforcement sources tell the Fox Business Network. And here's one other thing I would tell you, Maria. James Comey went into office as the FBI chief appointed by President Obama as an apolitical choice, a guy that feuded with the Bush administration when he was in the Justice Department working for George W. Bush over surveillance and NSA surveillance. He came in as a nonpartisan guy, and what's really interesting, since this revelation on Friday, he is apparently going to leave office when his term is up, or next year when the new president is sworn in, as maybe the most politicized FBI chief ever. So either way, James Comey, once known as apolitical, is going to leave very politicized, because this bombshell that he released on Friday clearly has upended this presidential election. The guy that was being praised by Democrats a few months ago, or a few weeks ago, maybe a few days ago, because he didn't bring charges against Hillary Clinton back in July, which a lot of Republicans thought he should based on evidence of that clearly, according to Republicans like Mr. Judge Mukasey, met the gross negligence standard, is now being attacked by those very same Democrats. But this thing is could get very weird, particularly if Anthony Weiner becomes a cooperating witness, because remember, those emails that are sensitive in nature, government emails, many of them may be classified, we don't know yet, was on a computer that both he and his wife, a former State Department official, someone who works very closely with Hillary Clinton for many years as a confidant in the State Department, Uma Abedin, they both shared the same computer. So hold on to your seats. This could get very weird in the next couple of days, and just in time for November 8th election.
Yeah, so I mean, he was damned if he didn't, damned if he didn't on Jim Comey, number one. And number two is what you're reporting right now is there's no plea deal so far.
Not yet.
Not yet with Anthony Weiner, but it's on the table that he's going to be cooperating.
Well, listen, he is. We should just point out some of the nuances here, and it gets back to this whole case is about nuances. The FBI never really closes cases. We should point out, even when you get an official closure letter, the door is always open if they find additional information, as this was found recently, and so which reignites the investigation. The notion of cooperation is also kind of an amorphous term. Apparently, Anthony Weiner's handed over his laptop. He didn't need a warrant to do that, so he is in effect cooperating from that standpoint. Anthony Weiner doesn't have a lot of money, and if you look at what he's facing here, he's facing a charge, possibly, he's not been charged yet, where he was sending pictures of himself to a minor, and maybe that minor has sent pictures of herself to him. If that's of sexual nature, Anthony Weiner could face many years in jail because of that. And so it becomes a sort of pressure point for the government to get him to cooperate in more fully terms, where he actually starts giving evidence that he may have to bring a case against Hillary Clinton. That's very much within the realm of possibilities. We should point out that we called the FBI on that whole notion. They did not tell us they did not ward us off that. We called the Justice Department, and as you know, we have the statement from Anthony Weiner's lawyer that there is no official cooperation agreement just yet.
Charles, thank you. Charlie Gasparino, appreciate it very much. And